Thanks for joining me on Naturally Curious UK. Hope you're keeping safe and well. Today I've come down to Dagenham Chase and East Brookend Country Park to the east of London and just south of Romford, and I'm going to have a go at doing the 1 hour wildlife photography challenge. Cue piano. So what is the 1 hour wildlife photography challenge? Well, I learned about it from watching a video on YouTube by my friend Fitzcosta, and I'll include a link to his channel in the description. And he also included a link to a video by Montague up in Scotland, and I'll also include a link to that video in my description. And basically the idea is to go for a walk on a nature reserve, or maybe it might be a park, might even be your own garden, who knows, but you spend an hour and try and photograph as many species of wildlife as you can, and it's about quantity rather than quality. And Meg, just want you to know I've got my camera with me this time, and it has a battery in it. Always pack a spare battery when you come out on these things, so even if you've forgotten to put one in your camera, at least you've got one in your pocket. Alright, so anyway, I'm going to get out there, and I'm not going to start my challenge straight away. I'm going to get myself in position into a decent place first, and then I'll start the clock. Catch you later. Right, well, I've come to a little walk to a place that I know will be a good place to start, and I can hear lots of birds around. I've heard ringneck parakeets, I can hear great tits, I've heard wren, robin, but it's not about what you can hear, it's about what you can photograph. And I'm going to start off with something very lowly, but let's just start the clock, shall we? It's looking like it's 9:49 and just about to go over to 9:50. There you go, 9:49. Don't know if you can see that. Yeah, 9:50, and I'm going to start my timer. I've set my timer to 59 minutes just to give me a brief heads up of when the hour is up. There we go, timer is ticking, so let's get photographing. And I'm going to start off with some worms underneath a log just behind me. Right, catch you later. Oh, I've got a slug there as well. There we go. Don't think there's any other creepy crawlies there at the moment. Well, at this point in the proceedings, I made the conscious decision not to worry about doing any pieces to camera during the actual hour itself, because that would only impact on my eventual total. So let's have a look at the photos that I took, shall we? The first 5 were taken actually at the location where I did that last piece to camera, and starting off with some earthworms. They were under the log that I turned over, and on the underside of the log itself was this slug. So that's 2 without even starting with any birds. Right, first bird then was a rather blurry in-flight mallard flying through the woods. That piece of woodland is normally dry ground, but at the moment it's like a pond, so that's why the mallard was there. And obviously the light wasn't very good and my shutter speed was a bit too slow, but anyway, that's a mallard. That one's for you, Meg. Next one is, at first when I saw it I thought it was a wood pigeon, but on closer inspection it actually appears to be a stock dove. You can just about make out the wing bars there. I don't think it's a feral pigeon, I think it is actually a stock dove, that one. Then now there's plenty of these there, ringneck parakeets, and they weren't actually showing very well when I did my challenge, but did just manage to get that shot of one. Next one up is the ubiquitous coot, and unsurprisingly, swimming not far from it was a moorhen. And on my way between the coot and the moorhen location and the location of my next photo, I came across this, which appears to be the feather remains of a ringneck parakeet that has probably been sparrowhawked. Unfortunately, I didn't see any raptors during my hour, which is a shame. Next photo is magpie, obviously. Not very good, walking away from me, but hey, it's only a record shot. And I promise you I've got plenty worse shots than that in this collection, including this one, a blurry shot of a wood pigeon in flight. Now that one, again, not a great photo. That is, I promise you, it's a chiffchaff. Okay, I know it's a chiffchaff because it was singing, and the song of the chiffchaff is utterly unmistakable. And another non-bird. Saw a couple of rabbits. One of them had disappeared into the undergrowth already by the time I took this shot, but I don't know what that's brought our total up to. And a crow in the tree there, and a nice shot of a pair of Canada geese, one of which appears to only have one leg. Dodgy shot of a blue tit there, and nice pair of Egyptian geese. They're quite common in East Anglia these days, and sort of metropolitan Essex where I did my challenge. An in-flight shot of a black-headed gull, and great crested grebes. Now, I did my challenge on the 18th of March, and you can see there's already a great crested grebe chick there, and it looks like probably a week old or something like that, but I did get some photos and footage of these grebes when they were nest building earlier in the year. And a mute swan through the twigs, and a robin in full song, a long range blackbird, male. That one, again, my ears alerted me to this one. That is a greenfinch. I heard it doing a bit of singing and calling from the top of a large shrub, so managed to grab a not very good shot of that, but good enough as a record. And Jay, I had to be quick for that one, he was only on the fence for a couple of seconds. And not very good shot of grey-lag goose, better shot of some widgeon. This is on the scrape at Dagenham Chase. Lapwing seemed to be the only one there today. There's often quite a few of them there. There weren't any cormorants there though, which I was expecting. In fact, I didn't get any cormorants at all during my challenge, which is a bit of a shame. Never mind. Next shot, one of the worst in this batch, is a goldfinch, as you can see in there, just above the middle of the screen. And I was rushing to get to a last set of lakes to get some more shots for the end of the challenge, and on the way this one was taken literally on the hoof. I barely broke stride to get this one, and as I was in a rush I didn't try getting any better shots than this. But in case you haven't already guessed, that is a dunnock, and again it was my ears that alerted me to the presence of that one. And this one, chaffinch, partially obscured by the twiggery there. Twiggery, is that a word? Maybe. Okay, and finally a long range, slightly blurry shot of a small raft of tufted duck, and I believe that brought my total to 29. Right, well, the hour is up and I'm back at the car, and wow, that was quite an interesting hour, and I'm knackered, sweating gobs. But I've got to tell you, in my last video I was saying about how nature can help you relax. Well, if you want nature to help you relax, then don't take up the 1 hour wildlife photography challenge, because it's quite stressful actually. But no, I enjoyed it, and I have taken a few moments just to sort of cool down and calm down. But yeah, I don't know how many I've got. I didn't keep count along the way, but I did make a point of setting the clock on my camera to the same time as my phone, so that if there's any doubt about whether any given photo was taken during the hour, I can check the EXIF data, and that will tell me when I took it. Right, well, I've just had a scroll through the photos on my camera, the photos that I took this morning, and I reckon I might have scored 28, which, if it's true, has tipped Meg and Ben into a cocked hat. But I've got sporting blood in my veins, me, and when I accept a challenge I really go for it. And I had to think about places here at Dagenham Chase that I wanted to go for photos, and it meant quite a bit of fast walking, which is why I built up quite a sweat. Anyway, it's been good fun, and I'm going to go and relax at home watching nature in the garden. Alright, catch you next time. Thanks for joining me on Naturally Curious UK. Stay safe, keep well, and God bless.